everybody, I'm Tyra and I'm back again with another Euphoria episode review. I'm going to talk about last night's episode of Euphoria Season 3, Episode 3, aka Nate and Cassie's wedding. So Nas, the loan shark, quietly crashes Nate and Cassie's wedding by confronting Nate, and this is when Cassie hears for the first time about how Nate owes Nas money. Nate owes Nas around $600,000. Lexi hears this conversation. Cassie's friend, she hears this conversation as well, and she once again goes to her husband and they start gossiping. I wanted to mention this couple too in last week's episode review, but the video was going to be too long if I did. But this couple is always gossiping to each other about Nate and Cassie. Cassie's friend, one of the bridesmaids, she confronts Cassie about the whole money thing, saying how, like, you know, Nate has conned me and my husband out all this money. We literally used our kids' college fund to give Nate, you know, the money. Unpopular opinion, I think Cassie, she responded in a valid manner. She was just like, that has nothing to do with me. What does that have to do with me? And I'm just like, okay, that's actually a fair response because nobody told you to give the money of your kids' college fund to Nate. And at this wedding also, you know, Jules and Cal, they talk. They're talking at the bar. I thought this scene was very interesting because, you know, Jules was throwing jokes here and there. I personally didn't think that Maddie was going to do something crazy at Nate and Cassie's wedding. But, you know, one of the more like funnier parts, but the more cooler parts of this wedding was that BB, aka Vape Girl, came to the wedding. Towards the end of the episode, when Nate and Cassie come home from their wedding, Nas and his security guard are waiting at their house. And while Nas's security guard is beating up Nate up and down the stairs, Cassie is crying. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that scene was kind of funny because it's like, that is so Cassie. I feel like that kind of like fits her character. And I'm shocked that like Nas and his security guard only cut off Nate's pinky toe. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that they were gonna cut off his whole foot. Meanwhile with Rue, Rue goes with Bishop to Lori's house. Bishop kills Lori's bird that she loves so dearly. And in the episode, Rue gets pulled over and it's the DEA. Think that the DEA might cut Rue a deal if Rue helps them out. Rue was on the phone with Fez. Unfortunately, we weren't able to hear his voice, but you know, Rue is on the phone with Fez. It was like a collect call from the jail, and they're talking on the phone, and Rue was talking about like, oh, like, what do you mean, like, you're gonna like escape jail? And I'm thinking to myself, like, don't they know that this call is like recorded? Like, all jail calls are recorded. So comment what your thoughts on last night's episode of Euphoria, and follow me for more journalism content.